Galactic Council attacked a human diplomat. Didn't know he was death in a suit. The Grand Hall of the Galactic Council gleamed under polished crystalline domes, refracting violet and gold across the assembly floor. Delegates from 100 species sat behind their crests, murmuring in dozens of frequencies. Floating above the center was the speaker's platform, reserved for matters of planetary import. This was one of them. Ambassador Marcus Vale of Earth stood alone on the platform, clad in a sleek black suit, silver tie, and calmly mirrored glasses. No armor, no escort, no weapons, none visible anyway. His hands were clasped behind his back, and he stared silently as the council speaker, an elder Zalari with translucent skin, addressed him with audible disdain. Ambassador Vale, the speaker began, voice rich with synthetic reverb. Your world refuses to comply. You claim neutrality, yet your fleets shadow our border systems. You will answer, here and now. Marcus smiled, but it was the kind that never touched the eyes. Respectfully, Speaker Talver, Earth has complied with every treaty clause. We have neither violated nor encroached. But make no mistake, we will defend ourselves. Talver's mandibles clicked together. Then let us demonstrate the gravity of refusal. The signal was silent. The decision had already been made. Without warning, the chamber's light warped. From the shadowed rafters of the dome, a dozen cloaked enforcers dropped, their biophase blades already igniting, shrieking in ultraviolet frequencies. The strike team was made up of elite Tarsk assassins, invisible to most species, but outlined clearly in the HUD built into Marcus's glasses. Marcus didn't move. Time slowed. Not literally, but for him it felt like it. He noted the arc of every incoming blade, the pulse rate of the attackers, the chemical mixture of their blood, and the unshielded vulnerabilities of their armor. Vale's suit wasn't just a tailored piece of fashion. It was a one-man war system. In less than 3 seconds, he moved. The first Tarsk hit the ground with a shattered spine and a crushed throat. Vale flowed between attackers like smoke with bones, redirecting momentum, fracturing joints. His right hand disassembled a plasma dagger mid-swing, fingers moving with impossible speed. He didn't kill unnecessarily until they started using neuroshock rounds. A pulse meant to fry a brain flew toward his head. His eyes flared silver. The round stopped midair. Vale moved forward, struck the shooter's throat with a single precise jab, then stepped aside as another attacker's blade plunged into his own teammate by mistake. In 10 seconds, it was over. 12 elite Tarsk assassins lay dead or unconscious. Not a speck of blood stained Marcus's suit. He straightened his tie. Around him, the council chamber was in chaos. Delegates shouted. Some stood, demanding explanations. Others fled. A few simply stared in horrified awe. The speaker trembled. "WH, what are you?" Marcus stepped forward. "I'm a diplomat. But Earth doesn't send ordinary men to negotiate in hostile territory. You called it arrogance." He turned slightly, letting them see the faint lines beneath his suit where advanced combat nanoweave met synth-bone plating. It was preparation. Counselor Garnek of the Tval stood, voice shaking. How did you kill them?" "Those were the best assassins in the quadrant." Vale replied calmly. "Your best doesn't mean much to a species that taught its children orbital mechanics before puberty. While you debated interstellar ethics, we terraformed asteroids with our bare hands. We survived our own extinction events, and we learned. Earth's peacekeepers are not soldiers. They are containment specialists." Speaker Talver flared in anger. "You come here and threaten us?" "No," Vale said, voice quiet. "You brought the threat. I brought the warning." He lifted a finger, and a display activated above his shoulder. Footage from a human recon drone orbiting the council station. Slowly, coldly. A dozen black shapes emerged from hyperspace, stealth frigates from the Terran Concord. Each bore the skull-white emblem of Earth's diplomatic guard. You attacked a human diplomat on neutral ground. Earth no longer recognizes your jurisdiction. Another display lit up, this time showing multiple outposts along Council space borders blinking red, one after another. Human cyber warfare divisions had already cracked their defense grids. In accordance with Article 17 of the Intergalactic Accord, yes, we read it, you initiated war with an Earth representative on record. We now consider the Galactic Council a hostile authority. The speaker recoiled. You would destroy us over this. Marcus's eyes were ice. You didn't try to insult me. You didn't try to imprison me. You tried to assassinate a sovereign envoy. In our culture, that's called an act of annihilation. I'm not just a man in a suit. He stepped down from the platform, walking toward the exit doors as alarms started to blare. I am a consequence. 12 hours later, Council sector orbit. The void was lit with fire. Council defense fleets, vast in size but brittle in cohesion, shattered under the precision strikes of Terran assault cruisers. Human vessels didn't match the size of the monstrous ZVAC dreadnoughts, but they didn't need to. They were smarter, faster, infinitely deadlier. Vale stood aboard the command deck of the TSV Peregrine, a ship designed not for battle, but for precision insertion of operatives like him. Now, it was retasked for war. Casualties, he asked. The AI's voice was clear. Enemy fleets decimated. Minimal Terran losses. Civilian populations being extracted where possible. Good. Upload statement to galactic channels. Yes, Ambassador. A moment later, across 1,000 systems, a message played. This is Ambassador Marcus Vale of the United Terran Systems. Today, the Galactic Council violated the oldest law, neutral diplomacy. We responded with restraint. You now understand our doctrine, peace unless provoked. If you desire to avoid extinction, return to the table. Bring respect, or bring your last words. 2 weeks later, emergency session, rebuilt council chambers. The chamber was quieter now. Many seats were empty. Marcus Vale once again stood at the center, alone, unarmed, untouched. This time, no one dared attack. Speaker Talver, visibly aged and injured, remained silent until Marcus looked him in the eye. This council, Talver began carefully, acknowledges its grave error. Humanity's response has been decisive. We agree to the terms. Good, Marcus said. And the others? Talver asked. The fleets that remain. Marcus didn't smile this time. He just tapped a small, silver data chip onto the table. Let them know Earth doesn't bluff. Next time you try to kill a diplomat, don't miss. Epilogue. Earth HQ, Black Chamber Division. Back on Earth, deep below the surface, Director Anna Khalid reviewed the mission. Vale handled it well, she muttered, watching footage of the council battle. Could have gone worse. Another agent nodded. They thought we sent a negotiator. Khalid smirked. We did. They just didn't know humans invented diplomacy with a knife in one hand and peace treaties in the other. A beat passed. She looked up at the monitor, where Marcus Vale, stoic, clinical, and efficient, stood calmly in a crowd of terrified aliens. One day, maybe the galaxy will learn, she murmured. Never try to assassinate death in a suit.